All right, this video is for some students who are finding it a little bit challenging to memorize the notes on the staff, okay? And of course, if you don't know the notes on the staff, you can't read music. So this is for the bagpipe scale. We have the treble clef here, not very fancy, but gets the job done. It tells you what type of staff notation we're using. The whole deal with notes on the staff is a way to tell you what note to play in music. You already know that. The real trick is making sense of the shape or where the circle is located, either in between these staff lines, right, in the blank space in between, or straddling the line, right? Those are the two options. Well, before we start, I want to go ahead and show you this. Now, all of my students have seen this page before. It has basically the fingering notation to show you which holes are open and closed for each note. And then at the bottom, you can see, like, for example, low G here. There's the symbol for it right there. It's the note, that the circle that covers the second from the bottom line of the staff. And all the holes are closed, right? That's what this means. Okay, it's the lowest note. It's the lowest note on the 9-note bagpipe scale. We only have 9 notes to deal with. There they are. So the first thing I want you to notice is I've written them all out here, right? We have G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes to A again. So what you should notice there is I've highlighted in yellow 7 notes that are the first 7 notes of what? Of our alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There they are, right there. And the thing with Western music is then they start over. You go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G if we kept going up and up, right? Coming from down here, there was an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? It's this one, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Again, it keeps going. So if you remember that, and you can remember just a couple of notes on the musical staff, maybe not all of them, maybe it's too much, but a couple notes on the musical staff, you can figure out what note is below and above it. For example, let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at C. Here's C, right? There it is. It happens to be filling in the space between the second line from the top and the third line from the top. See how it's in that between space, between this staff line and that staff line. Well, you know your ABCs, you know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The note below C is going to be the letter B. And the note above C is going to be D. And you should see this pattern here. These notes switch off. One note here will be straddling this line here. The next note will be in between them. The next note straddles the next line. Next one's in between, straddles, in between, straddles, in between. And then this one straddles. High A, it straddles the line that's above the staff. They have to draw its own special line just for high A, right? To show it in bagpipe music, in any music. It's above the staff lines. So, as a review, what I want you to do, I'm going to pick a note for you. I'm going to pick 2 of them. We're going to pick the note C, okay? Right here. Here's the note C. We'll make it a quarter note. We'll give it a little tail right there, okay? That's C, all right? There it is. That's the note C. Take a look at it. It's what? There's this space between the top line and the line below it, and then it's the next second full space down, right? The next note, you know the pattern of notes, right? The pattern of notes, just one will straddle the line, right? One will straddle the line. So the one before it has to straddle the line that's below it, like that, okay? Sorry, this is a little sloppy. And the one after it needs to do the same thing. Even if you don't know what name it is, right? You know by that pattern, you know that the next note above C is going to be on the line above it, right? Straddling it. Like the ball is, half of the ball's above this line, half of the ball's below it. You see that? And you know from this, I told you that it goes in ABC order. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So what's the note below C? What is it called? What is the note below C called? Well, what's the alphabet? A, B, C. So the letter is B. So you know that this note has to be what? B. Even if you don't have it memorized, you can tell, you know what C is, right? Because we're learning C, okay? Same thing, right? Okay, the alphabet goes A, B, C. What does this have to be? It must be the letter D, right? Now you can see where we're going with this, right? You can keep going up, right? And I could draw A over here. Here, let me take this symbol away, the treble clef symbol, okay? Let's just take it away. We know we're dealing with the treble clef, right? Nobody is wondering about that. Okay, so what's the note before A? How does the alphabet go, right? You know it's, or the note before B, excuse me, is the letter A, right? So we know this note has to be the letter A. Where is it going to go in the music? What's the pattern, right? One note will be straddling the line. The next one will be between them. The next one will be straddling. The next one will be between them. Okay, so there we go. We're going to draw that A right there. See it? So, oops, excuse me, I drew it in the wrong one. Oh, look at that. Made a mistake. I drew it in the wrong spot, right? It has to be in between these two lines. I'm glad you saw that because it was an obvious mistake. And it's good to be able to fix those. All right, there you go. So there you go, A, B, C, D. Now the next ball that we draw, the next note up, has to be what? In between this space, between these two lines, because that's the pattern. That's how the notes work. So we know it's here, right? You get to watch me color it. Okay, what is it going to be? What's its name? A, B, C, D, E. It has to be E, doesn't it? What's next? Where's it going to be? It's going to be straddling this line, right? And what's it going to be called? Next letter in the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F. No surprises here, right? Okay, now we're getting to the top of the staff, right? The rules don't change, and we can actually draw new, like they call them ledger lines if we have to. But we're okay. What's the next letter in the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we know it's going to be called G, right? Where does it go? Well, let's just pretend that there was a line. Let's just pretend that there is a line up here, a ledger line. Okay? It would be the sixth one up. Okay, let's just pretend that there's one there. Where does the next note go? Where does G go? Between them. Right? That's what, this is high G on the bagpipes, right? High G. There it is. Okay, we only have, well, actually, we didn't write low G over here. Low G would be down on this line, but I didn't draw a lot of space for it, did I? So what we're going to do next is we're going to draw the last note of the scale, which is high A, and it has to what? Straddle this line, right? We know that because we've seen it before in bagpipe music, right? And it's a high A, okay? So we have G, that's low G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and this is the high A, right? High A. Now this upper ledger line that I drew doesn't really show up on our musical notation because we don't really need it except when high A shows up on the scene. So what you see is it's not there, right? It's just not there in our music except for high A. So high A is the only note that looks like this. See that? Okay. So now that you have seen this, I want you to take a close look at that. All right? And then I want you to take a look at this. It's the same thing, right? So I picked C for you as the note that you should know where it is, right? What if you disagree with me? But you're like, Melissa, that's not a one. I don't want to use C as the one that I memorized. Fine, pick another one. Maybe you like D. Let's pick D. You can pick D and you can see it in the music And we can look at the music over here, right? Any music I give you. And you remember where D was? Remember where it was? Where was D? It was straddling the second line from the top, right? So let's go find it in the sheet music. This is a little harder because it's close up, right? Where is the second from the top line in the sheet music? Where there's a ball on that. There, it's right there. See that? It's D. It's always going to be D. It's never going to change. So what I need you to do is I need you to draw this out. Just like that. You can pause, pause the video, right? Pause it. Make your own. Do this one time. You don't have to do this more than once. Pause or just turn off the video once you get a screenshot of this, maybe, or pause it. Write out these ledger lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, 5 parallel lines, or just use notebook paper, right? And then draw these little balls on here, like I did, and start with whatever you want. And you know the alphabet, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and yeah, there's a low G before that A, because it starts over A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? So remember, before this A, there was a whole bunch of A, B, C, D, E, F, G right before it, but we don't need to worry about them. And draw this. Do it once. Make it look good. Be able to explain it to somebody. And I want you to explain it to me at the next lesson, or explain it to one of your family members. Have fun.